want you to hit me as hard as you can.
We'll tear your soul apart.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Now the dream is over. It's acted away.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Talking Movies. My name is Josh.
My name is Chris.
I'm Clay.
And I'm Randall.
Yeah, that's them.
I was trying to keep it short and sweet, man.
Punk rock review, Randy.
Yeah, with the punk rock review. Today we were talking about not Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yes. We had to call in an audible on that one. Sorry, all our viewers.
Yeah.
Everybody looking forward to it.
Anybody who watched the last episode and that was the pick, it's my fault. I watched like an hour of it and I was like, hey man, can we watch something else? You know,
Dude,
wasn't feeling it.
I think that's the first time you've ever done that.
I told Hugh I feel really bad about this because we've never really done that before.
It's gotten close, but not quite there.
I know I've picked a couple of things before and then like switched them.
Yeah,
like,
I think
in the
I
middle
did
of the week.
Yeah, I did. I think once, maybe twice too. Like
I think we've all done it a couple of times.
I'm like, hey guys, like,
my bad.
X-nay on the trash, bro. Like don't watch it.
Right.
Actually, there was one that I said that to, and Josh was like, I've already watched it. I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry, I can't remember what it was. But yeah, we've all had a change of heart in the middle of the week before.
Yeah. I got to watching it and I was like, oh man, maybe I should have done this to
some
this guy.
regret.
So I should have known better. I know all of your unique tastes and flavors.
Man,
and that was not anybody's menu.
You were so hyped for that movie that I second guessed myself like 30 times. I was like, am I tripping, dude? Am I gonna really like
I still am hyped for that movie.
I watched. Okay, so here's where I got to. I had a 2.5 minute clip, and I was like, all right, I just want to see what this is about because I don't really know anything about it. And I hit play, and I was watching it, and I got about 90 seconds in, and I was like, I can't do it, man. And I hit play. I was like,
he panicked,
dude. I did. I was like, through my phone. No, but I was sitting in here by myself, and I was just staring at my television that was off. And I was staring at it, and I was like, am I going to make myself watch that? And I was like, I don't think I can. And then I was like, shit, I'm going to really piss them off if I don't watch this. I was so happy when Josh said that he asked you to change it that I was like, huh? What?
I was writing a review, and I was like, oh, Andrew Lloyd Webber did Evita and Cats and Phantom of the Opera. And I was like, bro, I sound like my mother. Like, what am I watching? But
dude. So I was at the shop this weekend and I talked to Julie and she watches the show. And so she's like, I think, did she ask me about it or were we just talking about it? But when it came up, the face that she made, she was like, interesting pick. And I was like, hey man, she's like, I might have that on VHS. And I was just like, not fucking doing it, man.
Might be a better experience, you know, on the old
right.
VHS.
Dude, one of these days I'm gonna have to just come over and hang out. We could do it on the fucking on the projector or something, man. And I'll just
I'll grab it on laser disc or something.
Let's go. Okay, we're getting closer to something that sounds like a good time.
We play it on Chris's giant TV that weighs 457 pounds,
but it's still only like a 36-inch screen.
Yeah. My back still hurts from moving that. Anyways,
so we picked Sick of Myself is the new movie.
Yes.
Jeg blir ikke syk sånn uten videre. Det faktisk noe jeg har gjort med vilje. Spør folk meg det?
Nei, egentlig ikke.
Hva er det som har skjedd, Signe? Det har blitt litt verre, liksom. Å, herregud, Signe. Er du stolt av meg?
Ja, det det.
And that is the Christopher Borgli, who also did Dream Scenario. Yes.
Yeah, the new Nick Cage movie. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, nice.
I've seen that. But Josh,
Oh,
you've
that's
seen
cool.
that, right?
Yes, I've seen it and liked it, and these movies are kind of related in a strange way. I wish y'all had seen the other one so we could kind of
Well, me too
compare
now.
them, but they have similar sort of themes about like maybe like culture and like how people are acting in our current culture and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
both very good movies. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. You want to give us a rundown of sort of the synopsis, Hugh? Clay?
Yeah. So I just found this movie. Like I was just surfing on Amazon and I was like, hey, what's that? And I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll give it a shot. And I started watching and I was like, holy crap, like this is wild. Especially just
Nice.
It starts off pretty strong too. So
Yeah.
there are two young people who are in a relationship and they're sort of involved in this kind of uppity art community. And so the female in the relationship gets a little jealous of her boyfriend, where she's like, man, he's getting a lot of attention and she was craving attention. So how she chose to get attention was to take this medication, this Russian medication that causes physical deformities. And I mean,
how did she jump to that? Of all the things she
Yeah.
could get attention, like what?
Bro,
They're both
And
just attention whores, right? I mean,
I would have been like,
dude.
oh, it's giving me some problems, but she kept on.
Yeah, I mean, he was
Man.
a little bit, but she took it to like a whole other level.
Well, like, so I think that the catalyst to the whole thing was at the very beginning when he's like, hey, let's jack this bottle of wine. Like, he's an art guy who likes to make art with stolen things, which is,
Right.
I mean, kind of awesome if you ask me, really. That's really kind of amazing. But he's still a pretentious douche, but he does something that I think is kind of cool. But he takes this, like, what was it, like $1,500 bottle of wine?
Yeah.
$2,300. Yeah.
What he was, like $2,500 bottle of wine, and he skates on it, bro. Just takes off with this bottle of wine, and the waiter had already brought her a birthday cake. Was told it was her birthday. Knew exactly who she was. Ran right past her, chasing that guy, and then walked right past her, going back. And you could see the look on her face, like, you're not gonna even stop and ask me about this, bro. And he's just like, oh, this guy. Well, he got away, I guess.
He feels invisible. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and I didn't recognize that. I thought she was a little miffed, and I was like, "Oh, that's curious." He just walked right by her, but I didn't put it together that was this light switch there. And
that was the one. She was like, "I'm doing it."
Yeah, there's a few things that sort of hint to where it's going.
Yeah.
Like also, at the bistro or wherever she works, the lady that gets bit by the dog.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like everyone's surrounding this lady, and she's getting all the attention because she's hurt. So these things are clicking in her head and leading her down this path.
Huh.
So
I think I was hung up on the Norwegian a little bit. I was like reading subtitles.
So honestly, like a lot of it's an exaggerated mirror. But it felt like I was looking in a mirror a little bit because I am concerned with a lot of the things that I'm doing a lot. And it really made me kind of wonder, like, okay, should I take a step back and look at how I talk to people and how I present myself? And in a good way, like, I think it's healthy to look at that and go, oh, maybe I should. Because, my job and my income and my hopeful career, they do revolve around me advertising myself all the time.
Right.
And, I have to go back and like watch a podcast that I do with like another single guest. I try to go back and watch like one every month because I'm doing like 6 to 8 a month, right? I try to go back and watch one a month. It puts me back in check. I'm like, oh man, I need to shut up. I need to ask a question, let them finish their thought. Because I'm an active listener too. So like if you're talking, I'll be like, oh yeah, oh that's dope. And maybe I shouldn't do that. Even though it tells them I'm paying attention, the listener doesn't want to necessarily hear it, right? So in this, I was thinking of that kind of stuff, and I was thinking narcissism first with her. I don't think that's what it was, man. I think this was like a straight up mental illness, man. Because narcissism, you wouldn't do that stuff. You'll just constantly you'll forget birthdays because you're thinking about yourself. You'll forget anniversaries. You won't be on time because you're worried about your thing. And that's narcissism. This chick was like mentally ill, man.
Yes.
Anyways,
very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
dude,
she was just down in these things.
Bro. My favorite scene was her taking one of those though when she like rolled it in her mouth. I was like, I've done that. Well, I've done that before. But dude, even in her like darkest time, she was thinking of like daydreaming of like scenarios where she was getting
just fame. Yeah.
Bro.
Just this outlandish fame.
Her boyfriend begging her for attention, like, "Oh, please let me interview you. I just have to have it." She's like, "Oh, Balenciaga's got me going to, Brazil and shit. I don't know if I have time." I was like,
yeah, man, that girl was dreaming.
And even when she's daydreaming about like coming clean, and like telling them all the lies and stuff, she's still thinking about like it's gonna be this amazing book that everyone is gonna love, and like she's just completely out of her mind. Yeah.
She didn't even consider the fact that her friend that did all the article writing was gonna get super pissed when she found out.
Right.
Like that didn't
just be like,
her mind.
"Fuck you, I'm out of here." Like you're crazy. I want nothing to do with you. Yeah.
So like, obviously I'm not going to mention any names, but this does have there are some people. There's people around right now that this remind me of a little bit.
Yeah.
Josh mentioned one earlier. It's a person that I used to work with, and it's there's a lot of like you'll be talking, or I guess would be talking, and this person would walk up and be like, so like let's just say we're talking about UFC fights. This person would walk up and be standing there, and Josh and I are talking about, oh man, you see that Corey Sandhagen fight last night? He need Frankie Edgar into retirement, man. And it's like, oh my God. And that person would be like, oh man, I did jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai and I had a black belt in this. And you're like, what? And it's so the craziest stuff that I've ever heard in my life is from this person. Like insane shit, dude. Like stuff I can't even repeat because it would just be not. Yeah, man. So yeah. So I was watching this thinking like, man, like maybe it is something I shouldn't laugh at so much. Honestly, I was thinking like, man, maybe I should just be a little more, oh, that's cool, and then let it go because it probably isn't something that they can control all the time. I do think there's a little bit of control that needs to be had there, but
it's odd because women have, they are focused on beauty, and this woman ruins her beauty for attention.
Dude, like I was thinking about that. Trade-off. The whole movie.
There's some like straight up Cronenberg type body horror in this. Like it gets real nasty.
When she peels her face up off the desk.
Oh dude, man. Yeah.
That might have been my favorite part of the whole movie, actually.
When I saw that, I was like, I think Randy would probably like this.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hey, this was a really great crossover pick because whether or not we all give it like a 10 is irrelevant. I think we all kind of enjoyed it at least a little. Nobody's ever here saying that it sucked yet. Chris, you're the only one who hasn't spoken much about it. How'd you feel about it?
No, I mean, I liked it. It wasn't like I went in knowing nothing about it. So I just, turned it on. And
right.
Like it took me a little bit to realize like it was actually a comedy.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
I think when you're talking about when she's like rolling the pill in her mouth and stuff like that, like, okay, this is supposed to be funny. Like I wasn't like they had a few chuckles in the first,
it's
20
like
minutes of the movie.
It's like a pitch black satire. It's like it is pitch black. Yeah.
Like
I finally got one that I understood was a comedy.
Yeah, like I was watching it like, I mean, am I supposed to be laughing? Like this chick is really stupid. Like, should I? And like it finally dawned on me. Like, yes, like, yes, you need to be laughing at her. She's an idiot.
I was laughing at the whole movie because everything is so ridiculous.
Right.
Like even the names of stuff is ridiculous. And like, dude, I got like genuinely. It was like off-putting when she was trying to get that dog to bite her, and I'm like, you're gonna let a dog bite your face so that you can get attention from people? I'm like, man, you really need to get some help. Like, that's bad, man. It's
I didn't realize that was what she was doing.
What?
Dude, I watched this movie twice. I thought she was just fucking with that guy's dog and he got pissed at her. I didn't realize she was trying to get the damn thing
she was poking him, trying to get it to bite her.
Yeah. She was thinking about that lady in the cafe. She's like, "Oh, I can get a dog bite people," because everybody's like, "How's that woman doing?" And she just starts smacking his dog. I was like, "What a great dog! That dog's been trained very well." Because Pedro would have bit that ass, bro.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, dude came out and started like screaming.
Called her the C word.
Yeah.
I was like, straight up, man.
Gave it to her for a couple minutes.
Yeah. He said like 4 or 5 things to her. I was like, let's go. He was basically like, "You're a dumb idiot. Like, leave me alone."
Right.
But,
Stop abusing my dog.
So I didn't know because like when I saw that it was like a relatively recent movie, I was like, oh man, like I didn't know how you came to this conclusion. I'm glad that you said that you just kind of stumbled upon it, because that's often how we come across these little gems, and it's like the best feeling in the world to stumble across a movie you had no idea existed, and then you're like, oh, this one is just like all of a sudden, boom, on my shelf. I own it now. It's a good one. I like that. That's really cool, man. I appreciate the suggestion on this one a lot, actually. This was a good movie. I probably will buy a copy of this.
Yeah. A Dream Scenario is very similar tone. Like,
dude, I can't wait to watch that movie.
It's like, it's dark and has like, you know, there's genuine, you know, character emotion and like bad stuff happening, but it is funny. It is very funny.
This was a pretty funny movie, but I have a feeling that Dream Scenario is probably a little funnier. But like, even when they're at the restaurant and they're talking to their friends, and she's like, "You can't be happy for anybody's success." And all I was thinking was like, no, you can't be happy.
Yeah.
For anybody's success. I'm sorry, this movie is. I just watched it like an hour before we got on here, so it's just still very fresh in my head.
Yeah, no, I think that point is really like where she really goes off the deep end, and I mean, because then her boyfriend gets arrested after getting caught trying to steal stuff, and
dude, I love that part.
Like I think that's really like the start of her downfall.
Yeah, dude. How many times this movie does she just sit there and go on herself? Because I found that pretty entertaining too. I don't know why.
I really liked when she was trying to drink something and she was like, she was that cracked me up every time.
She's like, she just kept making up different symptoms, man. When her leg, so like, okay, I do know people that have like exaggerated things to a degree that it's preposterous, and you're like, dude, you have the flu, your leg's not numb. Like you got COVID, you didn't get hit by a car, and they're like, oh, my neck's broke now too. You're like, well, what happened? I thought you had, a flu or something, and then all of a sudden it was something else happened too, and then it was like this and this and this. And I guess we're all guilty of that.
I was going to say we all probably embellish stories a little bit just to make them sound a little bit better. But yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, I got hit by a soccer ball in the arm really hard. And I was walking to my dad, and I was limping, and he was like, "You got hit in the arm, and you're limping." And I was
like, dude, that sounds like Charlie. Dude, that's amazing. You got hit in the arm, and you're limping.
That's funny.
That's this chick is like the spasmodic leg and the drinking problem.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at the end when she really broke, and she was doing the photo shoot, and her head starts bleeding, and she falls out. It was pretty extreme. Pretty extreme.
It's nasty. Yeah.
I don't know. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, because they didn't really show her taking anything, at least very much. Like after she really started getting the symptoms, so like I wasn't sure if she had just like success and then stopped taking it, but she did continue to take it.
Yeah, I was under the impression that she was still taking it all.
So yeah, like just all these other like weird little things, and her head.
Well, it just kept getting progressively worse, man. And it was like I wrote down, because I only wrote down a couple of things because I was trying to pay attention to the subtitles. But one of the things that I wrote down was that the permanent mask that they put on her at the hospital looks like a cross between Fruit of the Loom briefs and a luchador mask. LOL, this movie is fucking funny. And dude, that thing looks so ridiculous. Her lips are all puffed out. Like, I don't know, she looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I mean, she was relatively pretty woman, and then she did all this stuff to her face, and I was like,
yeah,
like that's a high cost to pay to get some attention.
Yeah, I was gonna say she looked like the was that punk band you like with that wears the mask over
the right?
Masked Intruder.
Yeah.
Yo,
must be right.
That one. Oh, bro. That's bad news bears.
Yeah.
And then I put down, oh shit, this model with crazy little nub fingers. Fuck, is what I wrote down. That was the
little model. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the extent of my notes. But that hand was crazy looking. It looked like a bunch of little balloons tied off at the end of her hand that wasn't there.
I've met people that have that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be laughing at it, but it was in the movie to laugh at, so I'm gonna laugh at it.
Yeah.
I mean, she was still pretty, except for the hand. I mean,
right, dude. You remember that rumor that Megan Fox had a weird thumb for all those years?
Yeah.
Dude, I remember that being like, I always looked at pictures looking for her weird thumb. Could never find it.
I thought it was her toes or something. I heard that her toes, she had like weird looking toes.
There's no telling based on it. Dude,
yeah, who knows?
Before the podcast is over, we're gonna be like, she actually has a penis, dude. You didn't know?
Weird thumb.
Yeah.
Still hot, whatever.
That's the weird thumb. Her weird thumb is just a really long clit. Bro, this is gonna take a turn for the worse if I don't shut up.
This episode might not make it to YouTube.
YouTube just sent you one of these faces. Really, buddy?
Yeah. I thought the only gripe I really have is I don't think they really knew like how to end it.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of ended with.
Give me a hug, Parker.
I mean, it was logical, I guess. Like what other outcome could they have come to? But I mean, for the fact that it was a comedy movie, like I feel like they kind of missed something.
I felt like it needed one more idea, like one more thing to happen, like big thing. It feels like the last 15, 20 minutes kind of just peter out a little bit.
Yeah.
My son was like, "Oh, classic European movie ending," and I was like, "What do you mean by that?" And he was like, "Oh, people walking in slow motion through the woods." And I was like, but
yeah, that's kind of a Lars von Trier type thing. I can kind of see that.
Just dance around. I did like how she tried to go to rehab or whatever. She was still kind of bullshitting her way through rehab, which a lot of people do, But I don't know. I like that aspect of it where it was like, well, she's trying to turn her life around, but her life was ruined. I mean, where do you go from there? You're disfigured. You're not working. Your boyfriend's in jail. I admired the fact that he stuck by her the whole time when she was obviously,
I was kind of surprised by that. I was expecting him to bounce at some point in the movie. Like he would just be like, "You're out of your mind." Oh yeah, he definitely did. Yeah, for sure. But I figured there was going to be a certain point where he was just like, "Okay, I've done my part.
Your face is a mess.
Yeah, I'm out of here."
Look at you and eat,
dude, for real. Especially not lasagna. That's what she looks like. But there was multiple points in that movie where I wasn't quite sure what was happening was real or not until the scene ended or whatever. Yeah. But man, that movie was on purpose. Yeah. Oh, for sure. It was because I mean, honestly, it wouldn't neither option would have surprised me very much of the time. So
the sex scene was weird too. Like he did not want to touch her.
But then he just went for her.
Dude. That's amazing. Dude, let's hear it for Shallow Bastards, man. That guy was like, "Man, you used to be fine, dude. What happened?"
Yeah, I think I'll just go to the bathroom with my jergens.
Where's that hand?
Yeah, where the little nut fingers at? Made me look like a fucking porn star. She's like, "Oh, geez, dude." Hey, remember a scary movie? Like, grab my good hand.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm a terrible person.
I'm glad you liked it. I'm relieved.
Dude, it was a good pick. Very good pick.
I thought it was awesome, man. Like I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch it with Chris at some point.
That's good to hear.
Dude, I think that movies like this need to exist though, because this puts a mirror up to all kinds of stuff. Not only do I get to look in myself and be like, okay, maybe I need to adjust some of my behaviors. That's necessary, dude. We have to be able to do that. Like I'm so far from where I want to be as a person that if I don't have something to help me recognize the things I'm doing wrong, I might just keep doing them. So, you know, the thought of being like her is gnarly, dude. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to need people's attention like that. Like, and not that I would ever be that bad, but
well, it's the right way to do social commentary, in my opinion. It's not like
I agree.
It's a good story and it has something to say, but it's not beating you over the head with it. You know,
I liked that. They left a lot of room for discussion and thought, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was a lot of things that weren't answered at all. Sorry, Josh.
No, I was just gonna say you're, you know, to add on to your point, it's just like I think it's a reflection of our culture, like this whole culture of like, you know, trying to get attention online, you know, just like do anything you can, do the craziest shit you can to try and, you know, get somebody's attention and get likes, you know.
It's
I mean,
crazy,
it goes
man.
beyond that. You can become a multi-millionaire with the attention that you get to.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
you
the
actually
incentives are there.
By being an
financial
idiot.
Compensation, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like more doubly incentivized. Like, we all want attention. We all want to be loved. But then you get paid for that too. Like, shit.
Right.
I don't remember the exact context of the comment, but somebody definitely made a comment one day about it's weird that I was something about how I needed attention, and I was like, you're commenting on a YouTube channel that I run. Like, yeah, dude, if I wasn't trying to get people to like me and I didn't think that was important to a certain degree, I certainly wouldn't be doing this. I was like, bro, you're
shtick, bro. I guess you don't watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, look at what that guy did at the mall not too long ago. He was delivering food, and he was walking through the mall, and a YouTuber kid pulled up. I can't remember what he did, but he basically like threatened him as a prank, and the guy was like, "Hey man, back up," and the guy was like, "Da da 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 da," and he goes, "Hey man, back up," and you could tell like that's it, bro. You're not getting no more backups. And the kid was like in his face, and this dude just pulled out a little piece and bop right in the stomach in the middle of the mall. Kept on walking, bro. Ain't even stopped. And it's like, yeah, you go up and bother people and do crazy shit for attention. Bad things are going to happen. Now, that's not necessarily what this movie's about, but like the need for attention got that kid shot. Like, that's scary.
Yeah, you think you have the right to just do stupid shit and do whatever you want to people because, you know.
Not everybody's going to put up with your stupid TikTok video or whatever the hell you're trying to do in public.
Yeah.
Well, bothering people and bullying them and pranking them, honestly, isn't really far from doing something extreme to yourself to get people to look at you. It's not that far off.
Yeah.
And
very good observation. Yep.
It's weird, man. That movie was so good, dude.
Yeah.
I
look at you.
I did do what?
Yeah, look at you. Like,
dude,
analyzing and shit.
Well, it's a lot easier when I watch it like right before we get on here.
Yeah,
I should do that. I should do that more often.
Yeah, I know.
Tuesday's the day that Rob also has free. So my Tuesdays, they start at like 7 podcasting, which is why I'm late occasionally because I got to eat in between. And I'm starting at like 6:37 with him, and I don't stop until we're done. Or else I would watch the movie right before we start because it would be ideal for me with this silly brain memory situation I got going on. But
the other thing I wanted to bring up is like I totally want a spin-off movie with the drug dealer guy that lives with his mom that sucks his own dick.
I wanted to bring him up too.
I forgot about that. Yes, bro.
Yeah, there's a whole other movie in there somewhere.
He's just like, yeah, I can reach it.
Yo, I audibly was sitting here out loud in my office by myself and went, "Good for you, man." Like,
what are we talking about?
Well, the drug dealer guy.
Yeah, the guy she buys the coke from.
You know, man, finally my memory is better than somebody's for a change. Dude, so she goes to his house, and I think the first thing she says is like,
"Oh, that guy." Okay, okay.
Aren't you the guy that
we're talking about the movie again?
Sorry. No, my buddy down the street that blows himself, man. He's a cool guy.
I was like, what?
And
awesome.
He accidentally sends her a picture, and
that's what it was.
Yeah, he feels the need to explain himself.
It. I would too.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny, bro.
You gotta tell somebody, right?
Yeah,
man. Hey, look, if I could do that, dude, y'all wouldn't even have to question whether or not I could, because you'd never fucking see me again. I'd just be like, man, it ain't gay if you can do it, bro. Like it's just like jerking off, buddy. And if it's gay, I guess I'm gay. I don't. It'd be one of those things where people just be weird around me. But yeah, I mean that's hilarious, dude. That guy, and he said it so deadpan. He's just like, yeah, I can reach. I was just like, yeah, looking around like, anybody else hear that? This guy's packing.
She's like, oh, he died. He died a year ago.
Oh yeah.
And then he totally just rats her out the first time it comes up. They're like, I thought you died. He's like, oh, that bitch? No, she's a liar, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's when I realized. So I was going through the movie. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about this. But I was going through the movie thinking that this sort of just happened. Like she became, jealous of her boyfriend.
Excuse me.
But the way that he was describing her, like she's just always been this way. Like she's always been a liar. Dude. Her, she's missing a toe, but she says she's missing a toe, but she has it. And
Don't
all this
wearing
stuff,
sandals the next time.
Right. So she's just a liar,
Dude.
She's always been an attention whore.
That's what reminds me of the old coworker.
Yeah,
is the fact that person would say stuff like that and say that things were happening to them that were just impossible. As a matter of fact, I could probably say this stuff in front of that person, and they'd go, "I know somebody like that." They wouldn't even know I was talking about them. Yeah. Like it's. I've said things in front of that person intentionally just to kind of see how deep this really goes, and gotten a response that was just kind of crazy. And I do think it's a
I know a person who I intimately knew a person who started off with little white lies, and then those lies compounded into more and more lies to where like almost anything they said eventually were kind of like, that's bullshit. I don't really believe that. And sure enough, it was bullshit. It's like, I think that you sort of get comfortable being in control of the conversation to the point where you're like, you're manipulating a person and you're kind of getting off on that. And then you're like, I can do this some more. And then you try to test and see like how big of a fucking lie you can tell. And then the next thing you know, you're telling like loads and loads of bullshit to lots of people. It's
you dig yourself in
a control thing. I feel like
you dig yourself in a hole too. If you're, I guess, doing it right, you got to cover all your stupid little lies.
Right.
Yeah. So there's no way you're keeping track of all that.
Yeah. No, there really isn't. So I have actually two thoughts on that. One is, remember when she was shaking her leg real bad, and then it went on for a while, and then all of a sudden she was still doing it like a good minute or two later. I was thinking like, okay, is it getting to the point to where she's believing that her leg's jacked now when it's not? Because certain people, when you say something so often, you'll start believing it yourself. And like, I've never done that, but like at work sometimes I have a game that I play where I'll just go up and ask one of my coworkers like, hey, what should I tell somebody that I did? And they'll just tell me something, and I'll just start making up shit. Like, oh man, yeah, I did this. I'll just any kind of crazy story I can come up with, mainly because I've run into people that I'll never see again all the time, and it's just kind of hilarious to get them to watch and be like, "Dude, that's crazy! You invented that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's wild, huh?" I'm back here bartending. Like,
dude, when I first met you, I thought you were doing that. I'm not even gonna lie. Like you tell me stories, I'm gonna be like, this guy is full of shit. Like, I don't know what he's doing, but that is not the truth.
Bro, definitely did not do that with you.
No, you didn't. Yeah,
but my life.
I realized real quick. I realized that is because I know you have a bad memory, and you tell me the same stories over and over. And I'm like, oh, well, he's definitely not making this up because he doesn't remember he already told me this story.
He would remember that.
Dude, you know what's funny about that? Is that is like something that I've actually told somebody. I've been like, no, look, dude, I'm pretty sure if I was making this up, I'd stumble across some details that were like misremembered.
Right.
And I was like, I was like, so I'm absolutely not going to go do that because I don't want to look foolish. Like, because you get caught up doing some stuff like that, man. Like that's, and I don't want to be that, I like to talk and tell stories. I might exaggerate a little bit, but I don't ever just make up shit that I did. That's stupid, man. Somebody, you get caught doing that real quick. Like
that's the whole pickup tricks, man. You go to a bar and you start telling chicks you're the pipe fitter or the CEO or you're in Venezuela and your name's on the building and just blah, blah, blah.
Dude, I just like to do it because people will believe anything, man. Like I've told people I wish I
They
could.
want to.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. People are having fun, man. I really just chalk it up to like the same kind of thing that musicians are doing, man. They're just telling you stories that aren't true, but they're entertaining the shit out of you, man. That's what I'm there for. I'm an entertainment. I'm an hour out of their day that they don't have to think about that dude that they just hired that they don't like, or the boss they got to talk to tomorrow that they don't want to talk to, or whatever, man. I mean, I'll give them something to talk about with their wife that they hate. Sit silent at dinner and don't talk to. And they're like, man, I met this guy today. He did blah, blah, blah. That's me, man. You're welcome. I just saved your marriage. That's fucked up.
And there you
go. Yep.
That's awesome.
I'm the most interesting thing that'll happen to a lot of people at Alamo Draft House.
I believe it.
That's true.
No, I've
Sure,
been
that's true.
told that. Yeah. Dude, never mind. I'll talk about that off camera. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, does anyone have anything else to say about the movie? I feel like we covered it
I'm
pretty
good.
well.
I'm good, I think.
Dude, all the little details that we kept popping up and remembering, that movie was solid, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go like 8.5 or more, man. That was a good flick. I don't know about like all this technical stuff. I didn't even try to pay attention to that. But just story, actors, dialogue, and like ending, I thought it was great.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Like I kind of like I said, agreed with Chris that it kind of feels like it peters out a little bit towards the end, but I mean, it's kind of a nitpick. It's a great, really, really good movie.
Excuse me,
man. I appreciate it. Here, I thought I was running everybody off with old Superstar, and then come back.
No, you came back with a banger. Yeah,
dude, I literally just shook my head and it was like, this is the universe grabbing me and reeling me back in. I was like, fuck, dude.
I was out. They pulled me back in.
It's not over yet.
Oh man, dude.
Y'all want to talk about anything else y'all watched this past week?
I do. When y'all are done, I'll wait for y'all.
Let me see what I got.
Yeah, I hadn't watched a whole lot. I guess the only thing I know was I rewatched There Will Be Blood for the first time in a long time, and it's great. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I watched two movies I want to mention. I watched Hell House LLC Origins: The Carmichael Manor. It's like 7-word title, and Anna told me about this movie, and it was like an Instagram post. I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. But man, for a low budget horror movie, that shit was pretty scary. I watched it at night, and then I went upstairs in the pitch black dark. My dogs went up there, like seeking out the demons or whatever, and I got pretty scared of the dark. I'll be honest with you. So I turned off the lights, but Hell House fucked with me a little bit. That one in particular.
It's a good series. Yeah. I like it.
And then I watched this other one. It was kind of an obscure Japanese movie from '97 called Bounce Kogals. Man, it's like, I mean, it's expensive to buy it on eBay or whatever. You probably spent $75-100, but it was a kick-ass movie. It's about these girls that are kind of like, they're schoolgirls, but they're also like call girls. They're in high school and they hustle all these Japanese guys. And there's like a lot of cultural euphemisms and things in it. But I mean, it's a serious movie. They get involved with the Yakuza and have problems. And one chick's trying to leave for New York and keeps getting robbed all the time. It was a pretty damn good movie. So,
but it's like a drama.
Yeah, it's a drama. But I mean, I would say if anybody's into Japanese flicks or just like a good kind of girl energy movie, there's no nudity in it, but it's pretty, it gets pretty wild. But that's something anybody's into. Bounce Code.
I would definitely check that out.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Man, I talked to Chris about There Will Be Blood on Saturday. We were talking about how that is like the tentpole movie for me and Josh to see how far apart we can get on our preferences in movies.
What?
Because I totally understand how great of a movie that is. I just can't get into it, man. And I don't want to spend any time bagging on it. Like, that's not my point. Is that it was just funny because we talked about it and I was trying to, he was like, yeah, this is the example. Like, this is like a perfect movie outside of like, subjective talk. You can think however you want to think about it, but like objectively, It's made really well. The dialogue's really great. The acting's phenomenal. Like all these, it's shot well. The sound in it is great. Like all these things. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's just not ever where I land on this stuff. And that leads me to this nonsense I watched. So, did y'all see that photo that I sent? And I said, this is the greatest movie I've ever watched.
Which one?
Which one? There's been a couple this week.
The birth scene with the head. That's
so. I was hoping
head.
that somebody was going to ask about that. That wasn't a birth scene. That was an entrance scene.
Oh.
And she took him down with that. And I was like, oh God, boss snap. Y'all got to see this. Yeah, it's called She Kills, and it's fucking amazing. This girl puts an eye patch on, doesn't even need it. It's this guy takes a dog and like he's like, ah, and he rips this dog in half and uses its like entrails as like a chain and nunchucks this dude. And like, man, like, yeah, bro, this guy's got this mustache that goes down his shit, goes down his chest and around his nipples. And it's just like, it is, it's so, it overacts. Dude, I would pay Josh to watch it and he still wouldn't watch it. It's not, I told Chris, I was like, no. This is about the other one. So I watched two movies. That one's called She Kills. And then I watched Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl.
Right.
And that's the one.
That's the best of all time.
Yes. Those yes, that's the other one. But I told Carissa before we talked the other day is that I was like, okay, I might just go watch this Jesus Christ Superstar movie and not complain about it so that I can bring this to the table. And she goes, don't do that to your friends. She's got y'all's back, man. She's like,
Chris is looking out for us at least.
Thank you.
There's a reviewer that I follow very faithfully on Letterboxd, and she gave that movie 5 stars. She was she's like, thinks it's amazing too.
Dude,
that's Randy's second account. You didn't know that?
Like,
it's his ghost account.
It's generally like 100% in line with the shit she likes, and that she gave it 5 stars. So I was like, man, maybe I'll give that a shot. I don't know.
The Vampire Girl one?
Huh.
Hugh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this, not the screen. Yeah, dude, I thought of you a lot. I was like, dude, I think Hugh would really find a lot of enjoyment in this movie. I even thought at certain points that Josh would at least have to laugh and shake his head because there's stuff that's just like, it's so funny that I was like, okay, dude, like She Kills, I can't imagine Josh having any fun watching. But with the other one, I think he could see some stuff in it that would go, okay, but like it's a terrible movie, but I like this and this about it. But and I think Chris so I don't own it yet. I'm gonna buy a copy of it. I was watching one called Violator, which wasn't what it said it was gonna be. It was like super. It said it was going to be this really great, crazy B movie, and it just wasn't. But while watching that one, I got to hear about this other one, and that well worth the watch just to get to this one. So I just happened to. It's on Prime. It's like $3 or something like that. But like buying a copy is kind of expensive. It's like $30-$40. But I have to get a copy of this movie, dude. I may have to talk to somebody else about getting me one, but I definitely, it's really, really good. It's
not SOV, is it?
No. It's like Japanese production.
Okay.
But it's got like bad CG kind of on purpose, but it's got a lot of really cool practical effects as well. And like the story's got interesting stuff in it. Like, I don't know. Somebody was complaining about it in the reviews on Letterboxd. And I literally was like, man, you didn't watch this the right way, bro. Mm-hmm. It was never going to be a vampire, like serious. It's not like you're watching Interview with the Vampire meet Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dude. Like you're getting a Japanese vampire girl movie.
You gotta
with
know
a Japanese, it's like it's Machine Girl or something like that, dude. Tokyo Gore Police. It's like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, same director.
Oh, really?
Tokyo Gore Police, yeah.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, well, no wonder I liked it then, because that's one of my favorite. That's probably top 3 Japanese movie for me.
That's your favorite director?
Yeah, dude. It's either him or Bong Joon-ho. I don't know who I like better, man.
Right.
But and for anybody's watching this, I know Bong Joon-ho is not Japanese. Okay, don't even. I caught it. I was like, oh, they're gonna say some stupid shit. But it was, dude. There's parts in it that I saw like They Live, like clear reference. There's like Evil Dead clear references. There's lots of slapstick stuff, but it's like I think they were taking it a little more serious, but like the blatant racism, dude. I'm sorry, but it's funny, dude. Like on the TV screen, it says like rated whatever for violence, gore, nudity, and then it says blackface. And I thought it was a typo. I was like, that's not what that means. And like 10 minutes in, I was like, oh shit, that's exactly what that means. I was like, man, I mean, they could have just hired some black women, but you know, let's not do that and let's offend everybody. But it's a
hire anybody else, you know.
No, dude. No, they didn't. They sure didn't. Nope, because they were clearly on a very small budget. So yeah, I mean, I really would. That's one that I might bring up later to just maybe not for the show necessarily, but like hey, let's try to squeeze this one in too, in case you have time to watch it, and then we'll talk about it because it's fun, man. I sift through a lot of garbage to get to ones that I can bring to the table. That one I think I would bring to the table.
I can have fun with some goofy stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to give you more credit than I do. You definitely can have fun with some silly shit. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, dude. It was good enough for me to purchase, and that tells you a lot. I watched it. I rented it, you know, for like $3, and then I purchased it, or I'm gonna purchase it. So, but
cool.
Yeah, that's about all I watched though.
Let me see. I watched a few things. I watched the Scanner Darkly, the animated Keanu Reeves. Man, there's a bunch of people in that actually.
Woody Harrelson's in that one too.
Woody Harrelson, Robert Downey Jr.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, that was pretty cool actually.
When did you watch that?
It was this week. It's like a few days ago.
Yesterday I was in the warehouse and I was moving boxes and trying to get stuff to the new place. Yeah. And I literally picked up a stack of movies and I looked at them and that's the one that caught my attention. That's really weird that you watched it. I literally was like, ooh, Scanner Darkly, and I put it aside.
Oh, have you seen it before?
Oh yeah, I've seen it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I remember it being kind of a big deal when it came out.
I love the way it looks.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's the rotoscoping.
I always thought it was called cell shading. Am I wrong? Is that not what it is?
I think it's called rotoscoping.
Okay, you probably know more than I would. I just always, if I had said something, I would have said it was cell shaded, but it looks like a video game almost. Like,
yeah,
I like the big bold.
It's a similar style, I think.
Okay, so that I was probably just
could be the same thing.
Could be kind of a similar or same.
It was definitely a
different way to describe it. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's a weird movie. Like kind of don't know what you're watching for a while, but it kind of ends really well. And I was like, huh, yeah, I'll have to.
It's
watch
like a
that
fever dream.
Yeah.
That's what I would call that one, a fever dream.
It's directed by Richard Linklater, who did like Dazed and Confused, and hangout movies like that. And it kind of is a hangout movie a little bit because there's a lot of people like just kind of drugged out and just talking and having weird conversations, and like things are changing. Like it uses the animation really well because it's all about drug paranoia. So things are just like shifting and changing. And I dug it. I thought it was pretty cool. Let me see what else.
I'm gonna read that book. I've read the Blade Runner book by Philip K. Dick. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and it was amazing.
Really?
And then I have a book of his short stories, Electric Dreams, that I'm kind of slowly working through now. But every one of them is pretty good. A couple 10 pages, good little story. But that one is in my Amazon box to buy the book.
Nice.
I've seen that movie a few times, and it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Isn't Winona Ryder in it?
Yes. Yeah, she is in it.
I love her, dude. She's great.
Yeah, so much love there. But yeah, it's an unusual movie.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good word for it. Unusual.
Is it a full novel or is it like a short story? Yeah,
no,
really?
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because
I know pretty dope.
Androids is like a short story, right?
They're
the Blade
Electric Dreams is. Do Androids Electric Sheep? Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep is a full length book too.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, and it's like similar to Blade Runner, but really different than Blade Runner.
Yeah, I've heard they're pretty different.
Like if you like Blade Runner, it's worth reading because you get like a little extra.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never read any Philip K. Dick. I know he's considered to be one of the great sci-fi writers, but
what else has he written?
Oh, dude, all kinds of stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I guess Blade Runner is probably the most.
Oh, you just said it. I'm so stupid. Duh.
But let me see.
And like iRobot, wasn't that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of like things adapted to movies.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Stories.
Oh, Minority Report.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's a good ass movie too.
Total Recall.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a banger. Yeah, those are the major ones. There's a bunch of stuff that's been adapted from his work, but
that's crazy. I didn't know that. I recognized the name, but I wasn't sure why.
Oh yeah, he's big in the sci-fi world.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was a cool movie. I watched a few other things. I watched Black Hat, the Chris Hemsworth movie.
I like that movie.
It's all right.
Watched it a couple times.
It's kind of boring. But I was trying to. It's Michael Mann, who did Heat and Thief and stuff like that. He's got a new movie coming out in a few weeks, so I was trying to like knock out a few of the movies I hadn't seen from him.
What's the new one called?
Ferrari. Yeah. It's got Adam Driver.
Okay.
It's about Enzo Ferrari, the
creator of Ferrari. Yeah.
Creator of Ferrari.
That's cool. I mean, I'll check out anything at least once that he made.
Yeah, he's a great director. And he hasn't. I mean, Black Hat was the last thing he made, so he hasn't made anything for like 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little while back now.
Yeah, that's 2015. So it's been
that's
8
crazy.
Years.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. That 2015 is almost 10 years ago.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Man, I don't feel old or anything.
I think COVID lost me like 2 good years in there.
Right,
bro.
Like, I didn't really do shit that year.
Is it me, or does every year just feel like it goes by faster? Like, time just speeds up faster, faster. Yeah,
100%.
I've been talking about that a lot lately.
Right.
I think it's the older you get, the more time
Faster
just slips through your fingers.
That's the name of the game right there, man. The older you get, the faster it flies right through your fingertips, man. It just sifts through there like water.
Yeah, feels like it.
It's pretty wild, man.
Anyways, so I wasn't sure if Randy was going to be on the podcast, so I intended to pick the movie next week.
Nice.
I don't know. Are you planning to be here next week?
Well, I was going to go ahead and just stay involved until Chris gets back from his maternity leave or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Great.
I didn't want to leave y'all in a weird spot. I'm not trying to be a douche about it. I just want to have the right expectations and the right amount of myself in the scenario, the talk, the conversation, the movie. I don't want to half-ass it. I don't want to be tired either, and I don't want to argue because of some of that stuff. Like, some of the times I've argued with you about stuff, it wasn't even about the movie, man. I was just fucking tired and grumpy. Like, that's so dumb. So
yeah, no, I get that.
Josh picked the Barbie movie.
And and this will be my first time to actually not be here.
Right. Yeah, so
I mean, if you still want to do kids, I'm still down for that. It's up to y'all. I don't care. I'm down for whatever.
We can do kids.
It's a pretty dark movie. If you want to go lighter, let's go lighter. I don't.
Yeah, so
what'd you have? Do you have something picked, Josh?
Yeah, so I've been kind of debating because I thought I was gonna have another week to figure it out, and I was like kind of scrambling around trying to think of something. It's my birthday this weekend, so I was like, let's just pick like a old favorite. So I was gonna pick Boogie Nights.
Okay. Yeah, I just watched There Will Be Blood.
I saw.
Huh? What'd you say, Claire?
I said it's been a minute since I saw Boogie Nights.
I figured. I think you all have all seen it, but it's probably been a long time for everybody.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And I was thinking about it since I just watched There Will Be Blood.
Okay.
I don't know that I've seen the whole movie. I feel like I have, but I
Okay.
might watch it and be like, oh, I know Marky Mark's in it.
Yeah.
That's
Heather
my guy. I
Graham.
like him. Heather
Yeah, I
Graham's
mean,
cool.
as always, you're not compelled to, to watch it if you don't want to, Randy.
Yeah,
but
no. I'm just thinking about it. I'm trying to decide if I've seen it or not. I don't know if I have. I think I could
Diggler,
probably
Reynolds.
Roller Girl.
coerce my wife to watch
What's
that
his
one.
name is in it? Friggin'
It is on the
old
low
guy,
side,
silver-
so maybe split it up.
Split it up.
Is
Okay.
yeah, it's not 3 hours, but it's like 240. It's a little
Okay.
on the low side,
Really?
so yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
little
but some movies like that though that are that long that are like that, dude, they're so fucking good that it doesn't matter, man. There's been a bunch of those over the past couple of decades, but lately it's just been like a trend where these movies are coming out there 2 hours 45 plus, and it's just kicking my ass, man. I haven't.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 movies this year I haven't watched yet because simply based on the length of the movie.
It's been the year of the long movie for sure. Yeah. It's a trend.
Yeah,
I never even revisited Beau is Afraid yet,
Yeah.
and I wanted to watch that one again.
Yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon just came out on
Digital, right?
rental digital, not
Damn.
TV. I was kind of thinking about going through it again.
Yeah. I went and saw it again in the theater before it left a few weeks back, but I'll definitely be getting it.
I'm gonna look up my watch list, my to watch list on Prime real quick if I can find it, and just see is there a way to do that? Let's see.
It's probably just, is it for rental or is it like just purchased right now? I haven't even looked. It might be like
Yeah, I don't know if it's rental or purchase. I just assumed it was both because you could usually do both.
Yeah,
I just wanted to.
It's supposed to be $20 rental or something though.
Yeah, that shit drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's like they're just out of theaters or still in theaters when they throw it on the rent. It's usually like expensive.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to go see The Holdovers and I never got around to it, and they just put that on digital too.
Yeah, I saw that too.
$20 to rent it.
Yeah,
that's what Killers of the Flower Moon is.
Is
it's
it
$20? It's $20 to rent it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still want to see. I know y'all probably don't care about this one, but I want to see Five Nights at Freddy's still. I rewatched Willy's Wonderland the other night, and I was like,
that's on like Peacock or something, isn't it?
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I think it's on Peacock.
They just put it on like a week ago.
Oh shit, nice, dude. I'm gonna try to watch that soon then.
Yeah, I want to watch Thanksgiving.
That's the one that I'm the most excited for. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
It looks like fun, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an Eli Roth fan at all.
Neither,
I am.
It's so much fun.
I kind of like saw the trailer for that and didn't want to say anything, but I was like, that kind of looks like a fun slasher movie, but it's probably gonna be terrible because it's Eli Roth. But
yeah,
dude, what about how they just completely botched? We have to talk about this for a second. Okay. How they just fucked Scream, dude. They just fucked it, dude. Like I don't have any interest in watching any more Scream movies till they fix this shit, dude.
Nah, I'm not that upset about it. I like the last couple, but it can go away now.
Well, it's like my issue is that right now it's the only franchise that I can think of with this many movies that doesn't have one that sucks ass. Like they're all pretty serviceable, right?
So are they moving forward without those
cast
members? Okay,
dude, they like pivoted to have like some guys like the main character. I'm like, you guys are clueless as to what your fans want, dude.
Yeah, it does.
Not to mention she didn't do anything wrong to begin with. Like,
yeah, it does. That was part of the new ones that I did like was the relationship between
the sisters,
the sisters, Jen Ortega and whatever her name is that got kicked
off.
And
I'm not. Go ahead.
She had said, but she had already said before this happened, or Jenna Ortega, I think, said she wasn't going to be in the next one, right? And then that other stuff with the other girl.
Oh, I didn't never hear that.
I think so. I didn't research it too closely, but I had seen something about Jenna Ortega, saying, I'm not going to be in the next one, and then I saw the stuff about the other girl.
So what I read was that girl got fired or cut, like whatever, released or whatever, and then Jenna Ortega publicly requested to be let out of her contract with it. Like, I don't want to be in this movie anymore, and they were like, we oblige. And they just let her go, and like no fighting or nothing, no shit. Sorry, we fucked up. None of them, dude. They're like, all right, see ya. That's crazy, dude. Crazy to me.
She's huge right now.
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not opposed to them stopping the franchise. I'm with Chris on that. But
Yeah.
if they're gonna make the movie,
Right.
like, don't bring us some bullshit. We've had a really good run with this franchise. What was it, 6 movies? Don't bring in 7 to just suck. It's really gonna be number 7 you're gonna do this with? Like, fuck, man.
Yeah. Gonna bring back Courtney Cox and Nev Campbell again. And
Oh
just
my
like
gosh.
do it all over again. Like, yeah.
Dude,
no,
the only way they could, I tell you what, dude, the only way that they could get me interested in that movie without those 2 girls is if Matthew Lillard's in it, and that's the only way I would care. Like, because I've been wanting him back in the movies for years, and like that would be enough to get me to go watch it. Otherwise, I don't care, man. I've already seen him at this point. I've already seen the story.
Yeah, they need to bring back like all the original cast and then kill them in the first like 5-minute little whatever thingy they do. in the movie. Just kill them all and get them all out of there.
I mean, the Dewey kill was a good kill. I mean, this franchise has been fun, but awesome, dude. I work Friday night. I don't know what y'all are doing Friday, but
I'm gonna probably come out to see the Godzilla movie.
Dude, Jonathan called me. I haven't talked to him in like a couple of months, and he called me and was just like, that's all I said, dude, fucking Godzilla. You need to go watch it. I just left the theater. He's like, I want to go watch it again right now. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, everybody's saying it's awesome.
Yeah. I watched the one that came out with a couple years ago.
Shin Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla. And it's good. It's not great. It's just a lot of like political drama and not a lot of Godzilla.
Oh yeah. That's the shit they like.
That was a bit of a bummer, but it was pretty good. So like if they and this was I think set in the past. I think it's set in like World War II.
This is a different everything.
I'm just thinking the more not the stupid like American Godzilla version.
No, this is not an American. This isn't
legendary Toho movie.
Yes. So
dude,
I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah.
Jonathan said, and I quote, I know Godzilla isn't like terrifying because it's not real. He goes, but that movie, I said that monster was terrifying. He goes, that shit was crazy. And he just said, like, he's like, bro, you have to see this on the theater screen, Randall. And I was like, damn it. Like, I was in the middle of like screen printing shit. Like, I want to go now.
Man.
I got a Christmas party Friday and then Black Pumas Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
That's this weekend?
Yeah.
So,
night.
I was going to have Saturday night free too. And then Carissa popped up with a Christmas party for her office. So, I'm going to go out and be some eye candy for my wife and her friends.
You better start dieting hardcore.
I tried, dude. I didn't get there fast enough. But yeah, man.
Thanks,
Xanax for that one.
I'm gonna take some mushrooms, bro.
There you go. Life of the party.
I can do that sober, sir.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I believe that.
But yeah, dude. Man, good talk. Good movie.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a good conversation. All right. Boogie Nights next week.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Diggler.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Later.
See ya.